Well, today we are diving into more legal insights with the one and only Peterson's Law Office.
Well, it's a pleasure to welcome back Justin Peterson into the studio. And of course, Justin, all of us have a lot going on in our mind in the springtime. And I think a lot of times you're thinking about this and that and this and that. The last thing you want to have to think too much about is finding the right law office to find,
for
right?
sure,
Don't
for
you
sure.
think?
Spring is such a busy time. There's a million things going through our mind, and you know what we do is we help people after something like really unexpected happens, right? No one driving to work anticipates they're going to suffer something that may have lifelong consequences, right? And so we always tell people to save our information, you know, as soon as possible, because we like to get out, we like to investigate and just interview witnesses, do everything we can as quickly as humanly possible. And so, you know, it takes away that decision if you've already saved our information. So we got a QR code, I know that's on your all's channel, and some people have reached out to us about scanning that in and keeping us in their phone.
Well, tell me a little bit about right now. We're dealing with springtime. We're dealing with a lot of people heading for road trips. Spring break just wrapped up, but a lot more people are hitting the pavement, and we're even seeing a lot of semis out there as well.
Definitely. Can
cause some issues on the roads, crashes. You're the first person that we should call, including the police, right?
Yes, definitely. Call the police first, medical attention. We have definitely seen an uptick recently in commercial vehicle accidents. I think it's for the reasons that you all just stated. I've met with two families recently that have suffered significant consequences as a result of commercial vehicle accidents, because those vehicles are so heavy, so the kilojoules of force going through a vehicle, they cause significant injuries even at lower speeds. And so recently we were getting traffic cam footage from here in Lexington, and we don't pay to store that here in Lexington, so it's gone after a pretty short period of time. So we have to get on it immediately. So when I say investigate, you know, we're going to get these cameras. The Fayette County cameras roll over in about 60 days. Some businesses roll over after 7 days or less. And so we might want to go out and see, oh, well, that camera's pointing out to that intersection, and there's a disputed, you know, right-of-way crash. And some people change their stories too, because our clients will come in, they'll say, well, the person who hit me apologized and said I'm at fault, and then we get in with the insurance company or the defense lawyer, and that story's changed. And so we want to make sure we gather as much evidence as possible as quickly as possible.
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of times when it comes to impactful moments, either a car crash, you know, there's a lot of folks across parts of Kentucky that have dealt with severe weather damage and insurance claims. It's kind of hard sometimes to sort through all the information, because you already had the thought of, I lost a loved one, or a vehicle accident. How am I going to get a new car? How am I going to get to work? And that's already on the forefront of your mind. Last thing you want to be doing is weeding through wording and documents and stuff, and you guys help out with that.
Yeah, and the other thing, just to add to that, is people are like, is my insurance going to go up? I just got rear-ended at a red light. How do I make these claims so that my insurance doesn't go up? So when I meet with people, these are all very normal questions. You know, the first statement I get, and I've said this a lot on here, is I'm not the type of person to sue someone. Well, that's not actually what we're doing right now. We're investigating, we're opening claims, we're doing all these things, and we're trying to comfort people in this really scary time. You know, that includes, is my insurance going to go up? You know, what's going to happen next? How do I get my wages? You know, and the system's built to help with a lot of those things on the front end.
Okay, so you also mentioned when you have these car accidents, and let's say a person rear-ended me, but they're like, you know what? Nothing's wrong with my vehicle, everything's okay, go ahead and go on about your way. Is that the best thing to do?
Yeah, if you're not hurt, that's fine. You know, definitely get their information. You don't have to call the police. There doesn't have to be a police report, but if you're going to do it, you know, we all got camera phones now. Snap a picture of their license plate, snap a picture of their driver's license, you know, make sure, and maybe even a picture of that person and the vehicles, you know, where they're at, so you at the very least have that evidence, because we can still make claims for people even without a police report. Now, we do recommend having a police report, but you know, if it's a little tap and you're wanting to move along and you're not injured, you know, those are the things that I would do if I were you.
Well, I'm saying, just in case we ever end up in that scenario, let's make sure we save your information. It'll be up on our screen then. Go ahead and take a picture of it. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you all for having me.